Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Bogdanovich out there with O'Neal. And it's Gobert in at the center, locking down the middle. Now here's Conley. Mitchell in the corner. Launches a three. Phoenix grabs the miss. Booker dishes to Bridges. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, that's the court awareness of Mr. Devin Booker. This guy increasingly becoming such a good passer.
And just about a minute into the first quarter.
And Devin Booker in the third year of that 5-year, $158 million contract, coming off his first All-Star selection and his most efficient scoring season. Man, it's hard to imagine what's coming next.
I think, Greg, he's desperate to make the playoffs, right? He's doing his part. He's improving on the defensive end. He's been an eye-popping scorer throughout the early part of his career. Now it's all about, can he create team success?
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Shot clock at 5. Back to Crowder, and Crowder slams it in.
Well, how fantastic is Jay Crowder in the pick-and-roll environment? Can beat you with his scoring or his passing.
Pass to Gobert. Mitchell in the corner. Passes it to Conley. Back to Mitchell. And the rejection by Ayton.
Outstanding shot blocker. DeAndre Ayton off his feet in a hurry to send it back.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Now here's Paul. Out to the right wing. Bridges, no one around him. O'Neal with the rebound.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Mitchell is doubled. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's Phoenix now. Phoenix leading by 6. Paul with the 3, but they recover it. And Booker kicks to Bridges. Clock at 6. For 3, Booker. And is out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. So for the Suns, Sharch checked in for Jay Crowder. Johnson comes in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Payne in for Chris Paul. Then for the Jazz, Derek Favors checked in for Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for O'Neal. And it's Clarkson in for Mitchell. The Suns have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Pass to Payne. Back to Booker. From the arc. No good on the shot. Jazz trail by 6. Here's Clarkson. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, this guy is more than capable of making that play. Jordan Clarkson confident around the cup.
Payne looking around. Sharch in the corner. Payne kicks to Booker. And the 3 ball is good.
Well, this is Devin Booker's specialty, consistent at finding all kinds of ways to score from beyond that arc.
Here's Conley. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
This is what we call highly efficient play, working off the screen, getting to the cup.
26 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. They get the rebound. Ayton, the pass to Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
How great is it that the body control by Booker is there when he's driving and finishing at the rim?
Down low. Favors finds Clarkson. Clarkson on the wing. Over Booker.
I like the effort Booker gives on defense, especially when he pressures the shooter.
And so it's Phoenix bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a Well, recently, Chris Paul.
It sounds so generic to say we have fun, but
Yeah, from what we've seen, Greg, these guys naturally get along.
And you add in the guiding hand of Chris Paul. This team can beat anyone on any night because they're so connected.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
We've got Johnson, Booker out there with Payne. Then it's Dario Saric, and it's Craig in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns.
That's what you call getting to the right spot at the right time. Tremendous awareness from Dario Saric.
And stolen by Booker. And now the Suns a fast break. Here's Saric. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And so Clarkson will bring it up for Utah. 9-point game. To the paint. And then Favors with the dunk.
If Derek Favors gets deep post position, it's over. He's going to leave, no doubt, on the flush.
A guy who can be a little inconsistent game to game. Clarkson can be extremely consistent year to year.
Right. You consider him as a rookie. Many of the numbers then are similar to what they are now. But the one thing that has improved is the consistency of the three-point shooting. He's worked so hard on it, and that's where the consistency has started to take root.
Booker outside. Here's Johnson, and he lays it straight in. And the Suns lead by 9.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Conley up top. The dish to Favors. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Mike Conley is a 3-time Sportsmanship Award winner. He's also won the Teammate Award. And he's never been assessed a technical foul at any level of basketball. Now, some ask if going easy on the refs costs him calls down the road. But Coach Quinn Snyder said, it's hard to imagine that handling yourself with poise and respect can ever be a negative. Guys?
Well said. Thanks, David. Favors in the post. He's covered by Ayton. And Gobert kicks to Ingles. The pass to O'Neal. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Just 5 on the clock. He dishes it to Favors. Here's O'Neal. Favors trying to break free. Feeds it to Gobert. The Jazz working the ball around now. On the wing, Mitchell. No points in the game yet for him.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Back to Booker. The 8-footer. Again, Phoenix.
Well, he can do this now. Booker is not just a spot-up shooter. Very good with the ball in his hands.
Now, here's Mitchell. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Mitchell against Paul. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Paul's got the lead up to 11 now for the Suns.
We've heard the term master of the mid-range. To Chris Paul, it's apropos.
Mitchell dishes to Favors. He feeds it to Gobert. And stolen by Ayton. They're running. Here's Booker. Finished off the break. Booker's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Mitchell against Paul. Mitchell passes to Favors. Comes up empty down low.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Paul fires from way outside. And so it's the Phoenix Suns. 13 points up at the end of the period. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. Things were going Phoenix's way from the beginning. They launched into a 6-0 run with an impressive effort on both ends of the floor. And their lead. That's all for now. Say good.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So on the floor for Utah. Mitchell and Bogdanovich, they're the wings. Rudy Gobert is out there with O'Neal. And it's Conley in at the point guard position. And stolen by Booker. In the corner, Crowder with it. Bounce pass from Paul. Crowder kicks to Paul. Cans it from downtown. Paul's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Suns. Jazz trail by 16.
And basketball in the blood for Devin Booker. I mean, his father, Melvin, started at the University of Missouri and played pro ball. Started in high school. Devin trained with his father, trying to follow his path.
Three-pointer, Crowder. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
Conley for three. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And we know the story. Booker moving from Michigan to Mississippi to live with his father and develop his skills.
And 4:30 a.m. alarms to train on the beach before the summer sun. Getting to practice 2 hours early and staying late. Booker, not a freak athlete, so he had to work harder and drill the fundamentals.
Boy, yet another missed opportunity here. Whatever they talked about at halftime, it's not working.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Mitchell's shot is good.
There is a level of physicality, and the frame of Donovan Mitchell allows him to finish through contact.
Here is Paul. 7 points in the game. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Sharch has checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Johnson comes in for Jay Crowder. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Paul. Here's Conley. No one on him, and he makes the easy one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now here's Payne, covered by Conley. Payne in the post. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Out left to the wing. Outside Conley. Clarkson on the wing, defended by Booker. Pulls it from 20. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Clarkson.
Well, you can give them a steady diet of pick and roll because if Jordan Clarkson gets downhill, it's trouble.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. 6 to shoot, and stolen by Bogdanovich. In transition, here come the Jazz. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Well, how about the court awareness from Bogdanovich showing off his ability to find the open man, Kev?
Payne with it. To the right side. Here's Bridges. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's O'Neal. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Some changes for Phoenix. DeAndre Ayton comes in for Saric, and Chris Paul subbed in for Payne. Derek Favors checked in for the Jazz. Joe Ingles comes in for Michael Conley. Paul looking around. 46 seconds left to play in the third. The shot's good.
Working inside, Chris Paul has the ability to outsmart the opposition and makes himself a good shot opportunity.
Clarkson up top, defended by Booker. Ingles passes to Clarkson. 4 on the shot clock. Tips it up. It's good on the putback.
See, I think you want more of this from Joe Ingles. He has the size and length to keep plays alive.
Clarkson against Paul. Pass to Ayton. Back to Paul. It's stolen by Ingles. And so it's Phoenix, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. Back right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Paul out there with Devin Booker. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Ayton. And it's Craig in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Ayton kicks to Booker. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by the Jazz. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
The drive by Mitchell. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Phoenix gets called for the foul.
Well, we know Donovan Mitchell is explosive athletically. Put it on the deck. Go ahead, sir.
And we talk a lot about Mitchell's offense. And for a good reason, but the defense is also an area where he's excelled.
Oh, no doubt, Greg. We identify him with the offensive end of the floor because he's carried a burden for the Utah Jazz early in his career. But think about it. He's strong, athletic, long wingspan, excellent instincts. This guy has the potential to be one of the most impactful two-way players in today's NBA.
Booker finds Ayton. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Paul with the bucket.
I really like the way he's playing in this half. He looks so much more aggressive and confident.
And here is Mitchell. Mitchell is double. Passes it to Ingles. Mitchell up top. Utah needs to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Crowder, he's checked in for Torrey Craig. Utah also making some changes. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Favors. And Mike Conley subbed in for Jordan Clarkson. Ball against Conley. Now here's Paul. He's guarded closer. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Mitchell passes to Ingles. Second change shot, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, at 7'1", Rudy Gobert has become known as the Stifle Tower, and this guy's starting to excel and get a bigger role on the offensive end.
And the Suns making a change here. Bridges checks in. Royce O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
What a connection DeAndre Ayton has with his guys. Great timing on the alley-oop.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Conley into the lane. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, Mike Conley understands how to draw contact and still try to get a shot opportunity. He'll go to the line for the end one.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
All up top, covered by Conley. Booker with no one around, nailed from three-point land.
Boy, this guy's operating like a 10-year vet. Booker making all the right decisions almost immediately.
Pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Conley. Here's Gobert, and that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
And the pass to Booker. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. No good on the triple.
When you're not in rhythm with the three ball, why do you keep firing from there?
The drive by Mitchell. Got that bucket in no time at all. That's now 8 points for Donovan Mitchell.
This is Mitchell at his absolute best. Driving, attacking, putting all the pressure on the defense.
Now Paul to the middle. Looking for Bridges. He gets it there. And he gets it to go.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Here's Conley. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Call against Conley. Paul kicks to to Paul. Pass to Bridges. 5 to shoot. Booker in the corner. Right at the free throw line. Paul's shot is off.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Here's Mitchell and the dunk by Booker.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges. So willing to give it up to an open guy.
Conley surveying the D over Paul. Offensive rebound. And Bogdanovich kicks to O'Neal. And here's Conley outside. Back to O'Neal. They shoot again. So the Suns win it. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence.
Well, there's always a little extra motivation for a team. And as
Kevin, thanks.
what a great guy. DA, thank you for that. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. O'Neal is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 slot. And for the Heat, they've got Adebayo. Robinson is out there with Kendrick Nunn. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. Here's O'Neal shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Couple terrific centers in tonight's matchup here, Greg. Great pivots, but center matchups are far from traditional, it seems like, these days.
No doubt about it, Kevin. Once you get into this now small ball mindset, this positionless game, I mean, you're seeing guys as short as P.J. Tucker play the 5 because, listen, when you're 25 feet from the basket, if I'm 6'2" and you're 7'2", I can still guard you. So because of the spacing now, it allows you the luxury to play smaller.
And here we go. Ariza heading to the hoop by himself. And Ariza with the stuff.
Ariza with a nice job of running wide out there to complete the break.
Conley against Nunn. They double team Conley. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Just 5 to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. They get the rebound. Tries again. Here's Gobert. And at last they get one to fall.
He knows his job. Gobert is there to own the glass and cash in on as many second chance opportunities as he can.
Nunn passes to Butler. Out to the right wing. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And another basket for Miami.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Conley. Pass to Mitchell. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
One of the more powerful young guards in our game. Mitchell loves to attack the heart of the defense.
I mean, simply an incredible postseason performance from Donovan Mitchell. The team went out in the first round, but he put the scoring load on his back. One of the best displays of offense I've ever seen in the postseason. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Conley. They get it back, and Mitchell is right there.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Pass to Nunn. 1:56 left here in the opening quarter. And Adebayo throws it down.
That's everything you want there. Bam Adebayo up there, vertical, good hands, and the big throwdown.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Utah Jazz. Trailing by 2. You know, Greg, you look at the numbers that Mitchell put up in that series. Simply amazing.
I mean, he was putting up 40, 50-point games like it was nothing. At times, the guy looked unguardable. Truly one of the young stars to come out of the Orlando bubble.
Robinson against Mitchell. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Heroes checked in for the Heat. Dragic comes in for Kendrick Nunn. Utah also making some changes. Joe Ingles is checked in for Royce O'Neal. And it's Clarkson in for Mitchell. Good ball movement here by Miami. And stolen by Bogdanovich. And now Clarkson pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
A pretty good hustle. Clarkson out on the break. He can be dynamic there.
Leaves the dishes to Dragic. To the paint. It's stolen by Gobert. There's 45 seconds left in the first. Conley's shot is off.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Dragic against Conley. No good from Dragic. Utah trailing here. Bogdanovich finds Conley. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Out to the wing. Here's Hero. Here's Adebayo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Adebayo's got 8 points.
Hero knowing about the whens and the wheres for an assist.
Guys, Bam Adebayo getting it done for Miami. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball. And always interesting to hear from Donovan Mitchell.
Everybody had their reputations of what we should be.
And you know, Greg, Mitchell's going to be right in the middle of it, leading the way.
And on top of everything else he does, he's elite at getting his own shot. We've seen him carry this team offensively at times. Boy, he is special.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. They've got Jimmy Butler. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Iguodala. Then there's Dragic. And it's Hero in at the 2 spot. Favors looking over the floor. And here is Conley. And Favors kicks to Clarkson. Tips it, and there's Favors putting it right back in. Favors got the lead up to 2 now for Utah.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Bojan Bogdanović was a pro in Europe for a decade before he joined the NBA. The Croatian sharpshooter says, a lot of players who are happy over there, but I wanted to have another challenge, to play against the best in the world. That was the only thing that was important to me. Guys, he's lived up to that promise.
He loves that challenge, and he's having success. D.A., thank you.
You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
Got a piece of it. And stolen by Dedmon. Here's Butler. Passes it to Hero. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around. Hero's got it all tied up now for the Heat. Dragic against Conley. The pass to Clarkson. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter.
And, Bones, when you look at Jimmy Butler's elite impact at both ends, you could argue he's the best two-way shooting guard in the NBA.
Klay Thompson might have something to say about that, GA, but certainly Jimmy Butler and his physical presence allows him to play a multitude of positions. So sliding down to the 3 and getting physical is something that Jimmy will do. We know that he'll take on any assignment and compete with it.
And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. 1:49 left to play here in the second quarter. Hero passes to Dedmon, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
That's a Herculean show of strength from Dedmon, demonstrating real determination, even though the defense swatting at him.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Iguodala. Risa comes in for Jimmy Butler. Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for Hero. And it's Kendrick Nunn in for Goran Dragic.
Such determination on the glass. Not boxing out Favors is a huge mistake that you cannot afford to make. Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
The drive by Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
And what a ferocious finish. Once Mitchell gets some speed behind him, look out.
Nunn passes to Dedmon. In the corner, it's Robinson. Back to Dedmon. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pass to O'Neal. Back to Mitchell. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
And that's part of what Mitchell brings to the table. The willingness to operate on the perimeter or get in there and mix it up on the interior.
And Mitchell drops them both.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Robinson misses. Gobert dishes to Mitchell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
And how fearless is Donovan Mitchell? I mean, as a rookie in his first playoff series, he went off for 38 in a closeout game against none other than Russell Westbrook.
That will count. Doesn't go that time. And some good action through the first. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good moments from both teams, but and that does it for our.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is going that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And so in the game for the Jazz, Mitchell and Bogdanovich, they're the wings. O'Neal is out there with Rudy Gobert, and it's Conley in at point guard. Robinson for 3, buries it from 3-point range. Robinson's got the game tied up here for the Heat. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof.
Oh, wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Conley scanning the floor. Gobert finds Conley over Robinson. O'Neal inside, defended by Butler. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Mitchell missing.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And Bam Adebayo demonstrating a refined skill set that belies his nickname. Over 5 assists per game. He's a creator, not just a finisher.
This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Outside Robinson. Gobert with the block. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And some changes here for the Heat. Tyler Hero comes in for Robinson. And it's Dragic in for Kendrick Nunn. Clarkson, he's checked in for the Jazz. And I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
And the Heat have given Adebayo the leeway to rip and run, baby. Make things happen.
And Kevin, an unselfish player who loves to pass. Even back in high school, playing with lesser talent, he made sure to find the others.
And the Heat making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Free throw good. Clarkson.
Clarkson, it's interesting for him. He's not really a point guard and not really a shooting guard, so trying to find ways to stay in the game and stay aggressive and do whatever's asked of him to earn minutes.
Adebayo on the follow.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Mitchell against Dragic. Mitchell kicks to Gobert. It's stolen by Adebayo. In transition, here comes Miami. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the ball for Utah. A 2-point game. Another shot, Gobert. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Right through the contact. Gobert's added so much strength since being drafted back in 2013. It's helped all facets of his game.
Great D that time from Adebayo. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Shots good by Hero.
So fun when you make the right read on the break, and Hero did so there.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. The drive by Mitchell. Basket counts.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Butler on the way. He's covered by Bogdanovich. It's stolen by Gobert. Bogdanovich passes to Gobert. Kicks to Clarkson. Jazz passing it around. Mitchell against Iguodala. 3 on the clock. Gobert. A 3 from Bogdanovich. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Jimmy Butler. Utah also making some changes. Favors comes in for Gobert. And it's Joe Ingles in for Bogdanovich. Outside Dragic. Pass to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Now, some guys have a hard time finding their teammates in those possessions. Dragic is always looking to dish to get it to the open man.
Utah leading. Mitchell outside. He kicks it to Favors. And a slam dunk by Favors.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Catching up on the changes with Miami. Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Kendrick Nunn in for Tyler Hero. And Utah also making a switch. Mike Conley's checked in for Mitchell. Right side Robinson. Outside Dragic. pass to none. The three. The shot. No good. And we've reached the end of the third. Jazz lead by 5. And we'll be back right after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Robinson is out there with Trevor Ariza. Then there's Dragic. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. And it's Adebayo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Ingles against Robinson. Loads it up for Adebayo. Stolen by O'Neal. Here's Clarkson. Lays it up and banks it in. And it's a 9-point Utah lead.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Robinson for 3. Rebounded by the Jazz.
And they continue to control the glass.
Clarkson passes to O'Neal. Now, here's Clarkson. To the inside. Favors dishes to Clarkson. Back to Favors. Count it. Good. Favors got the lead up to 11 now for the Jazz.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
To the middle. Adebayo. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
Well, Bam Adebayo so efficient right there. He picks a smart shot that fits his skill set.
And the pass to O'Neal. Six on the shot clock. There's the feed to Favors. Shoots from 12. In the corner, it's Clarkson. No good on the 3. The Heat trail by 9. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Now Conley. And oh boy, a lot of contact. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Clarkson with the ball. And he jams it with authority.
This guy's a gamer.
And it's Ariza with the ball for the Miami Heat, trailing by 5. Back to Dragic, down low, wants to get it to Adebayo and does. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Butler, he's checked in for Miami. Utah also making some changes. Rudy Gobert is checked in for Favors. Bogdanovich comes in for Joe Ingles. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Clarkson. Bucket is good.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Outside Robinson. Inside from deep. They get it again. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's his third foul of the game. Now here's Conley. Here's Mitchell. "27 seconds left in the game.
Bam's getting so much better about understanding the length and where it is that he can be best to cover ground.
Down low. Yes! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
And here's Conley outside. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and
Sunday and Monday, all games played on the 2K Beach will be worth double rep. I'll be out there getting buckets and catching a tan. So if you see me...
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the ball.
Kevin, thanks.
All right, thank you, David. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jay Crowder out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Paul in at the point guard position. And for the Heat, Kendrick Nunn out there with Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ariza in at the 4. And so it's the Suns getting on the board first. Outside Butler. Pass to Robinson. Loads it up for Adebayo. And above the rim play, always captivating, Steve. We should see a lot of that tonight.
And Kevin, I'm so excited. You know, I played under the rim, so to get a chance to watch guys play well above, I am getting my popcorn ready.
Now here's Paul. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Even in the later stages of his career, Chris Paul still has dynamite quickness that he uses so well.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Adebayo throws it down.
Wonderful play. With that long wingspan and huge hands, Adebayo catches and finishes with ease.
And Paul launches it from deep. Paul can't get that one to fall. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for Miami. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Bam Adebayo demonstrating a refined skill set that belies his nickname. Over 5 assists per game. He's a creator, not just a finisher.
And the Heat have given Adebayo the leeway to rip and run, baby. Make things happen.
And Kevin, an unselfish player who loves to pass. Even back in high school, playing with lesser talent, he made sure to find the others. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Now, here is Robinson. Pass to Adebayo. And stolen by Ayton. And stolen by Butler. Crowder with the steal. None against Bridges. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Booker. Over Butler. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And some changes here for the Heat. Thurl comes in for Robinson. And it's Dragic in for Kendrick Nunn. And a change for the Suns. Payne's checked in. Butler on the wing. Bridges with the board. The Suns have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And the Suns miss again. And it's Ariza with the ball for the Heat. Here's Hero. Good, nice job down low.
Not lacking confidence. Love seeing Tyler go up strong with this one.
Now here's Payne. He's guarded closely. That one falls. 1:43 left in the first quarter. Here's Hero. Offensive rebound, Heat. Dragic gets the bucket.
Boy, the defense was physical on that play, but Dragic has added strength over the years and able to complete the bucket.
That one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crowder. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Heat. Iguodala comes in for Trevor Ariza. Phoenix also making some changes. Sharch checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Johnson comes in for Crowder. And it's Torrey Craig in for Bridges. Now here's Butler. Dedmon passes to Butler. Fires from the corner. Miami no good on that time either.
Ooh, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
The pass to Craig. Back to Sharch. To the middle. Johnson against Iguodala. Pass to Craig. 46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. The Heat have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Deflects the pass, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Booker with no one around. Phoenix no good that time either. The Heat with the lead. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Dedmon inside. Charge is there. Left block shot on the way. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Booker with it. Over Butler. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, you know, some might say, hey.
It's all tied in Miami. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. When it comes to the
guys on the team already tell me.
Well said. He does a great job of keeping everyone involved and on the same page.
And Kevin, he practices what he preaches. He plays the right way and motivates his teammates to do the same.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Miami, they've got Dragic. Robinson is out there with Iguodala. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Hero in at the shooting guard. Paul outside. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Out left to the wing. Ayton kicks to Sharch. Here's Johnson. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Johnson's got his first basket. On offense, here are the Heat. To the wing on the left. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
Beautiful vision to find the open man. Goran leading by example.
And Goran Dragic last season coming off the bench for the first time in his 8 years in the league really excelled in that 6-man role.
He did. He's a guy who creates his own offense. He's also a guy who can organize the reserves and keep things flowing. All about finding ways to continue to flourish, and he did it.
And it's Iguodala with the jam.
Continues to develop as a playmaker. It's nice to see Tyler Hero create for others.
Now here's Paul. Not a lot of room. 9 feet out. It's good. Paul's got 6.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Dragic against Paul. On the wing, it's Iguodala. He dishes it to Robinson. Takes a 3. That shot off. Now the Suns take it the other way. Johnson, the pass to Paul. He feeds it to Ayton. And it's Payne in the corner. Paul outside. The tray connects from three-point range. Paul's got it all tied up now for the Suns.
Beautiful form on that shot. Chris Paul, one of those superstars who continually refines his game.
Robinson for 3. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got 4 rebounds in this game. The shot by Paul, no good.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
Count the basket.
Such a big part of Goran's game, the dribble drive.
Now Paul. 9 points in the game so far. To the paint. Here's Ayton. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Rockets the pass to Robinson. Lets it go with the three. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
Ayton finds Payne. Off target from the wing. And so it's Iguodala. He'll bring it up for Miami. The kick out to Dragic. Launches a three. Saric grabs the board. The Suns have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Down low. Payne passes to Ayton. Banked in off the glass. Ayton's got 4 points this quarter.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Edmond passes to Hero. Drops in the layup for 2.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Here's Paul. He's got 9. Ayton in the high post. With 2 seconds left. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Ayton's got the lead up to 2 now for the Suns. And some good action through the first 2. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground and the score tied. And by just a fraction. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Andre Ayton out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the point. Feeds it to Butler. Can't hit from in close.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
No good from Booker. Miami trailing.
And basketball in the blood for Devin Booker. I mean, his father, Melvin, started at the University of Missouri and played pro ball. Started in high school. Devin trained with his father, trying to follow his path. Yeah, easy call.
And we know the story. Booker moving from Michigan to Mississippi to live with his father and develop his skills.
And 4:30 a.m. alarms to train on the beach before the summer sun. Getting to practice 2 hours early and staying late. Booker, not a freak athlete, so he had to work harder and drill the fundamentals.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Jimmy Butler is on it, staying alert, finds his man breaking free.
The Heat shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Ayton at the elbow. And Ayton throws it down.
And it's the way Ayton uses his body inside. It's what allows him to get so close to the basket.
And here's Nunn. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Just 5 to shoot. The Heat need to get a shot off. Shoots from the line. That shot, no good. And Phoenix the other way now. And Kendrick Nunn is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Paul looking around. Ayton inside. He's guarded by Adebayo.
You just can't take that shot with Bam Adebayo on you. His reach is off the charts.
And there's Ariza. That's good on the assist by Robinson. Ariza's got 7 points for the quarter.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Kicks it out to Booker. Clock at 6. Shooting foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Ariza has the open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here's Ayton. He'll bring it up for the Suns. Trailing by 2. Over in the corner, Paul. The drive by Booker. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. None against Booker. Back to Butler. Fires the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Butler's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Johnson kicks to Paul. The 11-footer. Ariza with the rebound. The Heat leading by 3. Nunn passes to Ariza. And Ariza with the stuff.
A rangy 6'8". Ariza finishing with force.
Dragic against Paul. It's stolen by Dragic. Now here's Dragic, the fast break opportunity. Johnson over to help. Dragic finds Adebayo. Good on the shot. Adebayo's got the lead up to 7 now for Miami.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Crowder. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Crowder's got his first points in this one.
The eyes of Chris Paul. He's always had tremendous vision.
Here's Crowder. It's hauled in by the Heat. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Now here's Dragic. Knocks it loose and taken away by Paul. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And here's Booker from the arc. Ariza with the rebound. Ariza's got 4 rebounds in this game. Puts it up for Adebayo. We'll return shortly. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. They've got Adebayo. Hero out there with Robinson. And it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Butler in at the 3 slot. It's the group on the floor for Miami. The Heat leading by 5. Bridges with the steal. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Saric has got the ball. It's not going to go for him. And for the Heat, they're shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. In the corner, it's Robinson. Trying to get open is Adebayo. They get it again.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Suns trail by 7.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
The feed to Saric. Ariza with the rebound. Ariza's got his 7th rebound here tonight. To the inside. A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Loads it up for Adebayo. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Paul outside. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
The result of Paul's awareness of everything around him gets a nice look inside.
Here's Hero. Shot clock at 6. And he makes good on the layup. Heroes got the lead back up to 9 now for Miami.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
The shot by Paul, no good. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Pass to Ariza. High post try. It doesn't go for him. And Phoenix will come the other way. The drive by Booker. Yep, it counts.
Against Booker, a little contact usually doesn't go a long way. Strong body control there.
Here's Hero. Defended by Paul. Here's Hero. It's deflected.
And you can't be careless around Saric. When he's on you, he is looking to send that one back.
A minute 50 left in the 4th. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 7 points thanks to the hoop from Chris Paul.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Here's Hero, defended by Paul. Outside Butler. Pass to Hero. Loads it up for Adebayo.
Oh, what a pass, and then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. And the Suns call time. They trail by 9. 1:25 left in the game. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game. Bam Adebayo.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Monty Williams talking with his team. He said to them, guys, coming up, this is where the game could be won or lost. We need to make plays on both ends. Stay focused, stay locked in, trust one another. Let's see if they can keep that trust going, Kevin.
Ariza outside. And foul on. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
None can't get it to fall. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
And the dunk by Booker.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Nunn looking around. Adebayo high post. He kicks to Butler. Robinson for three. The putback, and so the big win by Miami in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish this big. The state capital of Utah dramatically lit up.
Hey, Kevin, thank you.
Thank you, DA. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Ayton is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the 1. And for the Jazz, Mitchell and Bogdanovich, they're the wings. O'Neal is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point. Count it, good. Well, Doris, it should be an interesting matchup in the low post. How do you see the battle of the bigs playing out in this one tonight?
Boy, what a classic low post, strength-on-strength contest we are in for tonight. Now, that's more the exception than the norm these days. I'll tell you what, you give me some skilled big men on the box doing work, I'm all about that.
6 on the shot clock. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Devin Booker.
Rudy Gobert has become really excellent at getting deep low post position. The defense has got to foul him when he's that deep.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And it's Paul with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. About a minute played so far here in the first. Gobert pulls it in.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Mitchell looking it over. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
This is Mitchell at his absolute best. Driving, attacking, putting all the pressure on the defense.
A shot by Paul, nobody around. Hits the three-point bomb. Paul's got his second basket of the night.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Mitchell's shot is good.
Well, the balance, the ability to take contact, absorb it, and still finish. That is beautifully done by Donovan Mitchell.
And we talk a lot about Mitchell's offense, and for a good reason, but the defense is also an area where he's excelled.
Oh, no doubt, Greg. We identify him with the offensive end of the floor because he's carried a burden for the Utah Jazz early in his career. But think about it. He's strong, athletic, long wingspan, excellent instincts. This guy has the potential to be one of the most impactful two-way players in today's NBA.
Good D by Booker. For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Bridges, no one around him. The rebound by the Jazz. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul for the Jazz. Joe Ingles comes in for O'Neal, and it's Clarkson in for Mike Conley. Payne, he's checked in for Phoenix. Mitchell outside. Pass to Gobert. On the wing, Ingles. The Jazz with another miss.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
In the corner, Crowder with it. Passes it to Bridges. 5 to shoot. The Suns need to get a shot off. And now Utah, fast break. Mitchell dishes to Bogdanovich. Mitchell outside. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
There is a level of physicality, and the frame of Donovan Mitchell allows him to finish through contact.
Payne looking around. Pass to Bridges. Ayton against Gobert. Bridges passes to Ayton. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Boy, that was a momentum killer to start last season, wasn't it? Great 25-game suspension for DeAndre Ayton.
And he sprained his ankle in his return game. The Suns at full strength, able to win some games. He's obviously a huge part of their future.
Derek Favors checked in for Gobert. Sharch checked in for the Suns. Johnson comes in for Bridges. Mitchell with it. Now guarded by Saric. Clarkson. That shot misses. And Phoenix will come the other way. And here they go. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, Devin Booker is known as a scorer, but this guy will find you if you're open.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The drive by Mitchell.
I mean, simply an incredible postseason performance from Donovan Mitchell. The team went out in the first round, but he put the scoring load on his back. One of the best displays of offense I've ever seen in the postseason.
Torrey Craig, he's checked in for 8. He doesn't get the second one.
Boy, this is as exciting a combo guard as there is in the NBA. Donovan Mitchell's craftiness, his assertiveness, all of those things make this guy special.
Here's Mitchell. The Suns getting the bucket. And there's the feed to Favors. And a slam dunk by Favors.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now here's Saric. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first. The pass to Clarkson. One second left. And it's, yeah, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the
tie game in Utah. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And if you're wondering whether players watch this...
One thing we have to do is stop comparing ourselves to last.
You know, Greg, he makes a great point. Even when you have mostly the same guys, every season is different.
And if you're a coach, it'll give you gray hairs. Trying to preach that to your players. Many guys don't believe it until they're in it and then have to dig themselves out of a hole.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Setting the floor for the Suns. They've got Saric. Chris Paul is out there with Devin Booker. Then it's Johnson, and it's Craig in at the small forward position. And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation. And Phoenix making a change here. Bridges checks in. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Phoenix Suns. Here's Paul. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And a slam dunk by Favors.
Well, you like how Favors stays after it in that instance. When he's close to the bucket, boy, he's great at hustling for these second chance points.
Paul for 3. Another 3 for Phoenix. Hey, Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. The Jazz making a switch here. Gobert's checked in. And for the Suns, DeAndre Ayton comes in for Saric. And it's Crowder in for Johnson. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Mike Conley is a 3-time Sportsmanship Award winner. He's also won the Teammate Award. And he's never been assessed a technical foul at any level of basketball. Now, some ask if going easy on the refs costs him calls down the road. But Coach Quinn Snyder said It's hard to imagine that handling yourself with poise and respect can ever be a negative. Guys?
Well said. Thanks, David.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Conley with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And good that time.
Just 1 for 5 this quarter. You know he wants to help his team, but not sure if shooting is the way to do it.
Conley against Paul. There's 1:54 left in the second quarter. Yep, that one goes.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Conley against Paul. And it's Conley penetrating. Shot clock at 6. From 11 feet away. Offensive rebound. It's good. Favors has got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, just it's easy to say this guy wanted it more. Creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
Paul outside. Pass to Bridges. On the wing, Booker. A 3-ball. Mike Conley grabs the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Dishes it to Ingles. Inside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Bogdanovich, who's checked in for the Jazz. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Joe Ingles. Cameron Payne's checked in for Phoenix. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Paul. 14 points for him. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That is his first foul of the game. 17 seconds left in the first half. Feeds to Šarić. It's stolen by Gobert. Down low. Here's Mitchell. Johnson with the block. There's Paul. Had the space there, but it's offline. A big-time effort for Chris Paul, providing a lot of energy for the Phoenix Suns. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. They were never able to get the lead above 4. They were a determined team in the second quarter, and you saw it come across on. And that.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. O'Neal is out there with Bogdanovich, and it's Gobert in at the 5. That's the group right now for Utah.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges, so willing to give it up to an open guy.
And Doris, Mikal Bridges, how about 2 national titles in the 3 seasons?
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us. Went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Conley finds Mitchell. Ball against Conley. Hands the 12-footer. Conley's got 5 now.
Mike Conley is comfortable. Doesn't matter what area of the floor he's on. That time in the mid-range.
Ball against Conley. Paul goes in. Ayton, the pass to Paul. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Paul's got the lead up to 8 now for Phoenix.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Here's Mitchell. Rebound by the Suns.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Bridges kicks to Booker. Suns moving the ball around. Ayton inside. O'Neal's there. 5 on the clock. And here's Booker from the arc. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Mitchell. O'Neal trying to break free. And it's Mitchell missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Here's Paul. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Jazz trail by 8. Mitchell in the corner. To the paint. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Well, to me, it's critical that Mitchell continue to focus on hitting the guys who are open. We know he can score the ball.
Paul with the buckets. Paul's got 22.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Mitchell finds Gobert. Back to Mitchell. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Booker.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
Jazz have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. Outside, Bogdanovich. Mitchell in the corner. To the middle. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Utah. Clarkson comes in for Michael Conley. And then for Phoenix. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Whoa, 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 the solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly, caught the defense totally off guard. Ingles against Johnson. Mitchell outside. Jacks up a three. That shot off the mark.
Oh, he has just struggled here offensively in the quarter.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Passes it to Booker. Stolen by Clarkson.
Terrific anticipation by him, and that's why he's out on the court.
Favors, and a slam dunk by Favors.
Impressive athleticism from the big man. Derek Favors, aggressive knifing into the paint.
From deep three-point range, off on that one. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Phoenix ahead. They're up. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Setting the floor for the Suns. Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Booker and Johnson fill out the wings. And it's Payne in at point guard. Clock at 6. Ayton at the elbow. On the wing, Johnson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Kaminsky is checked in for Phoenix. Langston Galloway comes in for Devin Booker. Now, here's Mitchell. To the inside. And Derek Favors with the slam.
Well, you like to see Favors dive after setting the screen. He's mobile, he's agile, and in that instance, he was hostile.
Now Payne. Out to Saric. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Pass to Mitchell. Back to Bogdanovich. Fires for three. No good that time. And Phoenix the other way now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
I love the hustle from Saric right there. He sticks with the play, put the finishing touch on it. That's nicely done.
Mitchell passes to Favors. Offensive rebound.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
There's the feed to Kaminsky. Changes up. He takes it up and lays it in. And now a 12-point Suns lead.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's Mitchell. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
When you think pure scorer, one of the guys that comes to mind, as young as he is, Donovan Mitchell.
Payne in the post. Covered by Mitchell. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A different look for Utah. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Joe Ingles. And Mike Conley subbed in for Mitchell. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Jay Crowder's checked in for Saric. Bridges comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Devin Booker, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. And Paul subbed in for Payne. And Favors kicks to Clarkson. Over Booker. The rebound by Johnson. Phoenix leading by 10. A nice shot by Booker. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from three and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Paul outside. Booker against Clarkson. And it's blocked.
Did you guys just see that? Listen, Bogdanovich can guard, but shot blocking? Wow.
A different look for Utah. Rudy Gobert comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Mitchell in for Clarkson. And the Suns also making a change. Ayton, he's checked in for Johnson. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Utah Jazz. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Mitchell outside. To the middle. And with that shot, the Suns' lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Gobert.
Well, Rudy Gobert with a nice, efficient look on the interior. That's pretty.
Conley against Paul. Kicks it to Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Suns.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Chris Paul.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Here's Conley. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. And up the court come the Suns on the break. Booker with no one around. Off target from outside. Mitchell right side. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Devin Booker.
Well, Donovan Mitchell welcomes the opportunity to draw contact and either get to the free throw line or make the shot.
And so he makes both from the line. And here's Carter. Here's Galloway. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. to grind. Thanks, D.A. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Trevor Ariza. Robinson is out there with Kendrick Nunn. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Adebayo in at the 5. And for the Jazz, Mitchell and Bogdanovich, they're the wings. Gobert is out there with O'Neal. And it's Conley in at the point guard position. And so it's the Heat getting on the board first. The drive by Mitchell. Some solid defense from Butler.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
And when you talk about certain players having that it factor, Donovan Mitchell fits that bill.
He does. Confident in his approach, GA. Fearless on his attack. Donovan Mitchell is one of those guys who can go off for 50 if you let him get into rhythm. As long as he's in Utah, that team will remain competitive.
Here's Nunn after the basket by Utah. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Adebayo. And finally they hit one. Adebayo's got his second bucket tonight.
The confidence continuing to grow off the board. Adebayo takes it right back up.
Here's Mitchell. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's Nunn. Shot clock at 5. Miami needs to get a shot off. It's stolen by Gobert. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. And stolen by Ariza. Outside Robinson. Three-pointer. Gobert pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And then Mitchell with the dunk.
They are at their best when Mitchell pushes the action. His aggressiveness raises the level of this team.
Now, here's Nunn. Ariza at the elbow. Butler against Bogdanovich. Gobert with the block.
With plays like that, Gobert can start to get in your head. He covers so much ground.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Robinson passes to Adebayo. He gets it in there. Adebayo's got 6. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Dragic against Mitchell. It's stolen by Dragic. Now here's Dragic, the fast break opportunity. Plays it up off the glass.
That's quick transition from defense to offense. Gorn accelerating extremely well.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for Utah. 1:10 left to play in the first quarter. Gobert and slam dunk by Gobert.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Dragic. Passes to Iguodala. They double team Iguodala. Puts up a 3. And Derek Favors pulls it down. Utah leading. Let's go. And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist from Favors. He's got 12.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
He'd have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Dragic looking it over. Here's Dedmon. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Beautiful vision to find the open man. Gorn leading by example.
Mitchell outside. Goes up at the stripe. Off the left rim and out.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Just a fantastic job running the floor by Jimmy Buckets.
The drive by Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Utah. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back right after this. And we spoke with Jimmy Butler not too long ago.
These guys work so hard and they're young.
Well, Greg, it sounds like Butler has found happiness.
You know, people don't talk enough about fit. It's important to be in an organization and a system that maximizes your abilities. Butler is playing some of the best ball in his life and making everyone around him better.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Iguodala out there with Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Dragic. And it's Hero in at the shooting guard. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And Miami also making a switch. Adebayo is checked in for Butler. Doesn't go for him. And the Heat going the other way now. Outside Dragic. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Back to Dragic. 6 to shoot. Pass to Hero. 14 feet away. A rebound by the Jazz.
I mean, not only does Bogdanovich stretch the floor, but he can really stretch it from beyond 30 feet.
Greg, he is blessed with incredible range and a quick trigger, might I add. You have to stay connected to Bogdanovich defensively because he can go on scoring tears where there's just no stopping him.
Ingles in the corner. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
So crafty with the ball in his hands. Ingles catches the defense napping.
That free throw missing. And last season, at least at first, it was a challenge for Ingles to mesh with Mike Conley.
Yeah, I mean, Conley came in to run the offense, which kind of took the ball out of Ingles' hands a little bit. But then Conley goes out with the hamstring, and that allowed Ingles to get back into rhythm, and he's been able to handle that load many times for this group.
There's the pass to Adebayo. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Adebayo's got the lead up to 7 now for Miami.
Nice shot from Bam there, embracing any opportunity he gets to scoring close.
Conley's shot is off.
Meeting right at the rim, he typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Dragic with a wide open look. The putback favors with the rebound. The Jazz have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Bogdanovich, that's for 2. The Jazz again can't hit it. The Heat leading by 7. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Dragic dishes to Ariza. Back to Dragic. Over O'Neal. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Dragic has gone 1 of 4 so far. Ingles against Dragic. Ingles kicks to Conley. They need this one. Lets the 3 fly. Ingles can't get it to go.
And they had some botched coverage.
that turned into no coverage.
Ariza, great positioning on the putback.
And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
Outside Conley. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Offline with his three.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Pass to Robinson. Over Ingles. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, this is where he's inconsistent, and that can slow down your team's momentum.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. Conley will go to the line here. That one is on Ariza. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. Mitchell comes in for Joe Ingles. Butler, he's checked in for Miami.
What I appreciate about Conley, the assist-to-turnover ratio for his career has been outstanding.
Butler against O'Neal. Deep two from Robinson. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Jazz trail by 6. Gobert with it. Out defended by Adebayo. Here's Mitchell. And Butler sends it back.
On the prowl, Butler with the block shot.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Utah. And then for Miami, Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Iguodala comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Hero subbed in for Duncan Robinson. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Butler finds Dedmon. It's Gobert with the ball for the Jazz. And it's Bogdanović off the drive. Bucket is good.
A more physical player at this stage of his career. Bojan is not bothered by the contact on that shot.
And the Jazz pushing it up now. Clarkson's running. And he converts the layup. Now just a 2-point Miami lead.
Don't you love the chemistry? Those guys work so well together in the open floor.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. Just in terms of the second quarter, they were the better team, but there wasn't a big difference between them. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you... And that'll do it.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. O'Neal is out there with Gobert, and it's Bogdanović in at the small forward position. That's the group right now for Utah.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
Utah trailing here.
And you talk about guys who play with that chip on their shoulder. Bam Adebayo has not forgotten he was cut from the U.S. national team in 2019.
And Greg, in fact, he told those close to him they will pay. A little extra motivation, fuel for the fire.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That's his first foul. I'm glad we got to see the Mobile One block once more. What a play.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. Conley will go to the line here. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
And such a great all-around player for over a decade now. Conley is one of the class acts in our league.
He is, GA, one of the best floor leaders we have. He's completely unselfish. Also, 3-time NBA Sportsmanship Award winner. And in 2019, was named NBA Teammate of the Year.
And it's Conley penetrating. Kicks it out to Mitchell. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. On the wing, Mitchell. Guarded by Robinson. Count that one. Mitchell's got 14.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pass to Adebayo. Stolen by Mitchell. And now here comes Conley leading the break. And it's Mitchell missing. Miami trailing. Loads it up for Adebayo. Ariza passes to Adebayo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
And Derek Favors with the slam.
Such a valuable playmaker for this team. Mitchell can get his own and get others involved as well.
Ariza outside. Pass to Adebayo. The shot that time, not on target. Gobert with the defensive effort. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Tipped away. Butler against Ingles. Gobert the pass to Mitchell. Just 5 on the clock. Dishes it to Ingles. Here's Favors. The shot, no good. The Heat trail by 3. Ariza with the bucket. Ariza's got his second bucket of the night.
Continues to develop as a playmaker. It's nice to see Tyler Hero create for others.
Mitchell looking it over. Ariza with the rebound. Ariza's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Hero. Yep, that one goes in there. Hero's got his first points of the night.
An offensive-minded player, Tyler Hero is a sneaky player who runs the floor hard.
Mitchell against Adebayo. Mitchell's shot is good.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Dragic against Mitchell. Here's Hero. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Heat lead by 1.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Shots good by Clarkson. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Now Dragic. To the paint. Loads it up for Adebayo.
Wonderful play. With that long wingspan and huge hands, Adebayo catches and finishes with ease.
Here's Mitchell, and he banks in the layup. Mitchell's got 20.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Donovan Mitchell firing. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the floor for Miami, Kendrick Nunn out there with Robinson. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Iguodala. And it's Butler in at the 3 spot. And the basket is good. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Here's Conley. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
One of Conley's calling cards, getting into the paint and converting, even though he's often the smallest guy on the floor.
Now, here's Nunn. Inside, here's Butler. That one, no good. The D by Bogdanovich. Out to Conley. Baseline jumper. Rebound by the Heat. Iguodala outside. Butler in the corner. It's a hand on it. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Heat lead by 1.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Conley dishes to O'Neal. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Gobert down low. Defended by Butler. Gobert can't hit. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Heat. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Jazz have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. O'Neal kicks to Gobert. And stolen by Butler. Dedmon with it. Now defended by Gobert. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
This is what we talk about, value in each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
Bam Adebayo's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Now the pass to Clarkson. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Going to the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged and everything has to be earned.
Outside for Robinson. Pass to Nunn. 6 on the shot clock. And contact. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys.
Clock at 6. The drive by Mitchell. Can't connect from short range. The Heat have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Outside for Robinson.
You need strength, you need length, you need a strong frame and quick feet. Donovan Mitchell has all of that. That's why he could be one of the best stoppers in this game.
Conley against Nunn. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. The coach's challenge has been issued. This game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Man, you know, Bam Adebayo knows his role, doesn't play outside of himself, and he's a quality teammate, too.
The drive by Mitchell. Money!
The youngster's not going to buckle or fold. Donovan Mitchell is not afraid of the moment.
Conley against Nunn. Passes it to Butler. It drops.
Gigantic bucket from Butler. Close the door on that shot.
No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Stolen by Robinson. Bogdanovich against Nunn. Robinson for 3. Rebounded by the Jazz.
And it's all about the 3 right here.
And they're looking to tie it up. Live to play another period. We'll see what they run right here.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. That's a great look at our location tonight. The home of the Suns here in downtown Phoenix.
Well, Kevin, yep.
Special talent indeed. David, thank you. And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Adebayo, Kendrick Nunn out there with Robinson. Then it's Trevor Ariza, and it's Butler in at the small forward. And for Phoenix, Booker and Bridges are the wings. Andre Ayton out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the point. Phoenix shooting their first free throw of the night.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Now here is Robinson. Three-pointer. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Booker with no one around. From outside off the mark.
And as impressive as the numbers were for Jimmy Butler in the bubble, they don't begin to tell the whole story. He was hitting clutch shots for the Heat during that run in the postseason.
Adebayo down low. Defended by Booker. Nunn wide open. No good on the triple. 3-on-3. Fires the three. Crowder inside. Defended by Butler. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Robinson against Booker. Outside Robinson. Passes it to Adebayo. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assists. You know, Greg, going back to Jimmy Butler, it felt like each series he had a few big shots.
I mean, everything you want from your leader. The big shots, motivating others, setting an example with his play. Butler played as well as any leader in the postseason.
Here's Nunn following the basket by Chris Paul. Nunn passes to Adebayo. And now Crowder running the floor all by himself. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, crafty, that seems to be the word most applied to Booker. Able to get the defense to overreact.
Man, such an easy release for Devin Booker. Doesn't have to elevate that much to get that shot off.
And what that means, Greg, is that smooth stroke translates into the three-point shootout. Booker with the all-time record, 28 points in a round. That leads to a victory in 2018 in that contest. That was special. Well, you know the unselfishness and professionalism Trevor Ariza gives you. If there's an open man, he'll find him.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Ayton kicks to Paul. And the Suns miss again. For Miami, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Loads it up for Adebayo. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
With strong athleticism, Adebayo can finish just about any lob with his large catch radius.
Nunn against Paul. From past the arc. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
This guy, a relentless force on the glass. DeAndre Ayton going to work and getting the putback.
Nunn looking around. Down low. Adebayo down low. Ayton's there. And again, it's Bam Adebayo.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
Paul dishes to Ayton. And the layup is good. Ayton's got 7 points in the game.
Well, just tremendous court recognition. DeAndre Ayton excelling in the pick and roll there.
Nunn kicks to Butler. Nunn against Paul. Here's Nunn. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And here's Booker from the arc. And it's Miami with the rebound. Robinson for three. The shot will not fall. Now the Suns take it the other way. Booker the pass to Paul. It's stolen by Adebayo. Here's none. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Now here's Paul. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Well, you think because of his frame, it would be easy to knock Chris Paul off balance, but this guy has concentration and tenacity. Really good job keeping his focus.
And so Adebayo will bring it up for the Miami Heat. They trail by 3. Ariza no what?
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
No good from Booker.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Back to Adebayo. And stolen by Ayton. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Suns on top, up by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Well, recently, Chris Paul talked about adding some levity.
It sounds so generic to say we have fun.
Yeah, from what we've seen, Greg, these guys naturally get along.
And you add in the guiding hand of Chris Paul. This team can beat anyone on any night because they're so connected.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've seen, guys from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. We've got Hero, Iguodala out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Dragic in at the point guard position. Now here's Payne. Booker with it. Butler covering. And Booker kicks to Craig. And a miss there on the triple. Heat on offense. Iguodala the pass to Butler. Good work defensively by Johnson. Phoenix has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
And taken with the 30th pick back in 2011, Jimmy Butler went from 15th man in Chicago, riding the end of the bench, to franchise player in the course of 4 seasons.
Hero. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. And the dunk by Booker.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
with confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Hero, no good. And Greg, it seemed in Chicago and Minnesota maybe Jimmy Butler wore out his welcome. Philadelphia, they had him, and they had to juggle multiple stars. But, man, Miami, the Heat handed him the keys, and he has taken off.
And, Kevin, he's shown himself worthy, lifting them to a top seed in the East and himself into the MVP conversation.
Dedmon's shot is off.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Here's Booker. Basket made. That's his third of the game. He's 3 for 9 now.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
It's Dragic with the drive, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
On the drive, Dragic's footwork really shines. His ability to make quick moves around the defense gets him to the rim.
Now here's Payne. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The pass to Booker. Fires high post. Here's Saric. Lays it up and banks it in. Saric has got the lead up to 6 now for the Suns.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Hero. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Johnson outside. Pass to Booker. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Heat had shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Ayton, he's checked in for Saric. Jay Crowder comes in for Johnson. Mikal Bridges checked in for Torrey Craig. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Devin Booker. Just 3 to shoot and stolen by Payne. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Night after night, game after game, Chris Paul understands where to put the ball and when. Nicely done.
Adebayo finds Dragic. Bridges with the steal. And up the court come the Suns on the break. And he makes that one. And now it's a 9-point Suns lead.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Outside Robinson to the inside. Here's Adebayo. And the rejection by Ayton.
Outstanding shot blocker. DeAndre Ayton off his feet in a hurry to send it back.
Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Now, here is Robinson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Shot clock at 6. There's the lob to the hoop. Dedmon's shot is off.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Don't go anywhere.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to... For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. The period came to a close with them holding a 3... And that'll...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. DeAndre Ayton has been sensational.
Yeah, he's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
If he is in the area, he's going to challenge your shot. He's going to block it, alter it. He's going to have an impact.
Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jay Crowder out there with Ayton. And it's Paul in at the point. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up. With the floater. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got his 6th rebound on the night.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
A nice shot by Booker.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Outside Robinson. He kicks it to Butler. Pass to Adebayo. No good there. Some solid defense from Ayton. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's foul number 2 for him. Suns leading by 15.
You know, you think back to DeAndre Ayton's college career, he demonstrated three-point range. And while he's eager to show that in the NBA, the Suns want him to attack the rim.
Paul with the ball. 7 points in the game. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Paul's got 9 points.
How about the ability to knife inside the defense? Chris Paul has been outstanding as a dribble driver his entire career.
They double him with Ayton to the middle. Again, the miss by the Heat.
And Monty Williams said, offensively, Ayton's got to be 80% beast, 20% shooter.
The reason they say that, Greg, is they want him to exploit the elite physical tools he brings to the game. If he can draw more fouls, he can get to the free throw line. And he's such a good shooter there, it only makes sense.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Sharch is checked in for Jay Crowder, and it's Johnson in for Bridges. The Heat also changing it up. Iguodala comes in for Trevor Ariza, and it's Tyler Hero in for Robinson. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Kaminsky is checked in for Ayton. Torrey Craig comes in for Johnson. Langston Galloway's checked in for Devin Booker, and Cameron Payne subbed in for Chris Paul. Here's Galloway, defended by none. Iguodala with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Iguodala, such a great defender, uses that wingspan to rip the basketball away from the opponent. Nice.
Here's Payne. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
The Suns shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. And some controversy last season. Andre Iguodala traded to the Grizzlies. We know he didn't report, Greg, just stayed in the Bay Area until a trade could be worked out to Miami.
I'd call that a power move, Kevin, no doubt. Iguodala, a respected vet, wanted to play for a contender, and he got an extra year and $15 million in the deal.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the 3rd quarter. Galloway kicks to Craig. Passes it to Kaminsky. Makes it off the glass. Kaminsky's got his first 2 points of the night.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Dragic looking it over. On the wing, Iguodala. Heat moving the ball around. Dragic with a wide open look. Miami no good on that time either.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Now here's Payne. He's guarded by Dragic. And here's Payne. Back to Kaminsky, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. The Heat also changing it up. Ariza comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Duncan Robinson in for Butler. There's 38 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Dragic against Paul. Ariza passes to Dragic. Back to Ariza. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Heat have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, this guy was the 43rd pick in the 2004 NBA draft. And what a career for Trevor Ariza. An NBA championship with the Lakers 5 years after he's drafted.
Paul outside. Kicks to Booker. And he uses the glass on the layup. Booker's got 15 points.
Well, the sneaky first step of Booker, not a speedster by any means, but still a handful on that drive.
And so it's the Phoenix. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Miami starting the 4th, Trevor Ariza out there with Robinson. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Dragic. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Paul against Dragic. Left side Ariza. And the pass to Adebayo. No good. Shot missing. Some solid defense from Ayton. And the rejection by Ayton. And he's able to get it back. Count that bucket.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
And it's Paul with the ball for Phoenix. 17 points was their biggest margin. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Back to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
This is the kind of damage DeAndre Ayton can do if he gets the right positioning. Nicely done.
Outside Robinson. Beyond the arc. And Paul pulls it down. Suns leading by 12. On the wing, Booker. The dish to Ayton. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Adebayo's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Hero. Adebayo down low. He's covered by Ayton. Some solid defense from Ayton. Inside, here's Johnson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Butler.
An absolute menace in transition. Jimmy Butler puts it home.
None against Paul. Ayton dishes to Paul. Johnson outside. Ayton against Nunn. And that one's good, Ayton. Ayton's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, you can see, guys, how much confidence DeAndre Ayton plays the game with. This is especially so on the offensive end.
1:09 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Nunn passes to Robinson. Good ball movement here by Miami. Takes the three. Rebound by the Suns.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by...
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And he knocks down the first one.
I think what you like most about DeAndre Ayton is probably how efficient he is on the offensive end. Now, obviously, the next step, he's got to raise his game and defensive intensity on that end of the floor.
Now, Nunn. No good from outside. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Nunn. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And it's Strus missing. And the wide open shot from Crowder. Phoenix no good that time either. Pass to Strus. Back to Bjelica. To the left wing. Here's Okpala. Misses the three. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. They poured it out tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game...